Today we are going to talk about topic relative motion. It plays a very huge role actually in physics. Actually, you guys might have heard of special theory of relativity, right? So actually, it is related with that only. This is the beginning. Actually, Galileo start means there are some equations which are called Galilean transformations, and from that Einstein means went to make changes and something more came out. Okay, now whatever. So the relative motion topic has been huge interest actually in science, that what is motion. Now in the sense that rest or motion are two terms, but in physics rest and motions are relative terms. Okay, so rest and motion are relative. Now when I say relative means actually it is connected to something else. Okay, when we say the word relative, then it is connected to something else. Now rest and motion in physics are relative, means they are connected to something else, and that connection, okay, is called frame of reference. So rest and motion are relative, they are connected with what is called frame of reference. Now in physics, frame of reference means where observer is present. Okay, so frame of reference means where observer is present. Now we are going to talk about in physics a lot of concept about this rest and motion. Now just to give you example that rest and motion are relative. So suppose I see this camera, and camera is at rest with respect to me, right? Now why camera is at rest? Because earth is at rest, we can all say. Now for some observer, suppose who is situated on moon, okay, just we are assuming. So for an observer situated in the moon, then he can see the spinning of the earth and the orbital motion. For him, the pen, the camera, me, everything is moving. So in my frame of reference, that is called ground frame of reference, the camera is at rest. But for an observer whose frame of reference is, let us say, moon, then the camera is in motion, right? So with that example, we can say that rest and motion are relative term, and they are all combined by what is called frame of reference. What is frame of reference? Where observer is present. Now in when we are going to talk about this concepts, first we'll start with the one dimensional relative motion, okay, and then we'll move to two dimension and so on. So we are going to talk about one dimensional relative motion. Now in one dimension, when I say relative motion, motion involves velocity, acceleration, displacement and time. So relative motion is nothing but this relative can be relative velocity, can be relative acceleration, etc. Now it turns out that everything can't be relative. There are something, of course motion and rest thing is relative, but when we talk about velocity, acceleration and so on, it turns out that in Newtonian physics, what we study, time and length remains constant. So this concept are not relative. What I mean by this is, suppose I am here and someone is there in the moon, and our clock is synchronized. Synchronized in a way that when we first met, we synchronized our clock, we have identical clocks. So if he is in moon, then my time measurement and his time measurement of something will be same. So if my clock moves by 5 minutes, let us say, then his clock will also move by 5 minutes. And what I mean by the length, I mean that suppose I measure the length of a table, and by some way, okay, using laser light, whatever, or something, he measured the same table length, then it turns out that the length will not change. Or in the simple way, suppose this marker has some length, if I measure it and someone else measure it, okay, this is not going to change. So in relative motion, we assume that time and length are not going to change. But in special theory of relativity, this thing also changes. Fine, that is special theory of relativity, not Newtonian physics. Now in one dimension, the things are very simple. We assign one this side to be positive direction, let us say, and this side to be negative direction. Now let us start with this, that suppose you are here and one of your friend is moving on something. Okay, in physics, let us say we are calling it to be trolley. Okay, so this is a trolley and your friend is moving in the trolley. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to name them. Let us say this is observer B, this is observer A. Now suppose this trolley, the person is stationary and this trolley is moving with some velocity, right? Now when I say that this observer is at rest, right, now I mean with respect to ground. So right now we are talking about ground frame, and there will be a frame which will be associated with the trolley, right? And this is ground. Now let us say this is the scenario. Now what turns out that in ground frame, see, ground is always at rest. Okay, we have, so ground is, you can say, a frame of reference which is always at rest. But if you go deep, okay, we are not digging that deep, we know that earth also spins, right? But with relative to me, we can say that earth is not spinning. Okay, it's good to search by what experiment you can say that earth is spinning, right? So with respect to me, ground is always at rest. Now it turns out that velocity of A with respect to B is defined as, now this is not complete, so this is velocity of A with respect to B. Okay, so that means this is the velocity of A with respect to B. So if B does the measurement, okay, B, this is now observer when I write this equation. In the same way, if I write velocity of B with respect to A, okay, now in this case, when I write this, in this case the observer is A. Okay, now we have to understand this. So this is velocity with respect to A. So if A does the measurement, he will write this equation, and if B does the measurement, he will write this. Now let us talk about this. Okay, now in one dimension we don't have to bother about these vectors, because in one dimension this direction is positive, this direction is negative, so we can remove it. Now let us talk about this. So what is the velocity of B with respect to A? So velocity of B with respect to A, okay, means A does the measurement, okay, and from where he does, he measures from the ground. That will be VB minus VA. Now we all know that again this is from which part, actually velocity of A with respect to ground, and this is also velocity of B with respect to ground. Okay, so even I don't write this, you have to understand this trolley or car or whatever, okay, its speed will be with respect to the ground. Now in this case, if I put, okay, that this trolley speed is 30, okay, any number, we know that velocity of A with respect to ground is 0, so velocity of B with respect to A is going to be whatever is the trolley speed, velocity of body B with respect to G, right, now ground. So whatever is the trolley speed, it will be same as that of this person, because this person is stationary, right, now. So this velocity of B with respect to ground will be nothing but velocity of the trolley with respect to ground, okay, and let us say this trolley is moving with 30, so this will be VBA will be equal to 30, let us say, kilometer per hour. So this is the velocity of B with respect to A. So A observes it, and this is the answer. Now we can also ask this, that what about this equation, velocity of A with respect to B. Now when I explain this concept, now just assume that there is nothing surrounding you, okay, nothing surrounding this observer and this, no tree, no blocks, okay, by which you can detect the motion, okay, just observe that there is nothing present here. So velocity of B with respect to A, if you see, okay, velocity of B with respect to A we have done, velocity of A with respect to B. Now this is the observer, I am using this one now. Now who is making the calculation? B is making calculation. So he will find that velocity of A with respect to B is going to be VA minus VB. VB is nothing but velocity of the trolley. Now VA is 0. Again this is with respect to ground, this is with respect to ground. This is 0. So this will come out to be minus VBG. In our case, let us say 30, so minus 30 kilometer per hour. Now this is amazing, you have to understand the connection. So if B measures A, then he finds that A is moving with minus 30 kilometer per hour. That means in his frame of reference, this guy is traveling in this direction. Okay, minus means it is going in this direction. Now you may ask that how come this is at rest and this observer will say that this is moving. That's why this is called relative motion. So with respect to A, B is moving in this direction with 30 km per hour. But if B does the calculation, he will conclude that A is moving in this direction with respect to ground with minus 30 km per hour. Okay. Now, again, just imagine that there is nothing surrounding this observer and this observer. You can't tell that there is some tree or something. So he will conclude that this guy is moving in this direction. Okay. Now let us take some different examples. So in this case, we are talking about speed with respect to ground. Now in this example, let us say there is one car, okay, there is a car A and there is a car B. Okay, this has velocity VA, this is velocity VB. Of course, when I say velocity of car A, it is with respect to ground, and the speed of B with respect to ground means when you see the speedometer, suppose you are driving at 60, you see the speedometer, that is the speed with respect to ground. Why? Because ground is at rest. Okay, ground is a frame which is always at rest, so we are measuring the speed with respect to ground. Now in this case, if I use the old concept, then again velocity of A with respect to B, now B is the observer, will be VA minus VB, right? Now you can ask what will be the velocity of B with respect to A, and it will be VB minus VA. Now again I am saying, I will not keep repeating that this is velocity of A with respect to B. B is the observer here, okay, B is the observer here, and this is A is the observer. Now let us just talk about one thing only, you guys will understand in other way. Now suppose let us give them some number. This is let us say first combination we take 50 and 50, okay, this is going at 50, this is going at 50, and let us say they are going together only. Now this direction is positive, so you can see if both are 50, then velocity will be 0. That means you will see, so these two are car, if they are going with the same speed, you will see with respect to you it will be always at rest. Now what if this is 50 and this is 70? So what will be velocity of A with respect to B? So with respect to B, again you do the same thing. With respect to B, it will be VA is 70 minus 50, 20 km per hour. So if B does the calculation, he will conclude that velocity of A with respect to him is 20 km per hour. Okay, you guys can some sort of think about it. This is 50, this is 50 plus 20, right? Now so what happens, 50 is taken care by 50, both are moving, and because of that this 20 is left, so this 20 km per hour. And if I change this to, now let us say this is 70 and this is 50, then what? In this case, if this is 70 and this is 50, velocity of A with respect to B will be 50 minus 70, that is minus 20 km per hour. That means that B will conclude that A is moving, okay, A is moving in this direction. So this car A is moving in this direction with speed 20 km per hour. Okay, think about it. Now let us say we have two things going in opposite direction. So let us say we have something here, one car A, one car B. A is going this way and let us say B is going this way. So velocity of B, let us calculate with respect to A. That will be VB minus VA. Again these speeds are with respect to ground. Now let us put some numbers. Okay, so if this is, let us say 50 and this is 50. Now again, and this is one dimensional motion, this direction will be negative, so this side velocity will be minus 50 km per hour. right? And this will be 50 kilometer per hour. So velocity of B with respect to A, if A does the measurement, he will conclude that what is the velocity of B? It is minus 50. What is velocity of A? Minus VA is 50, minus will, so this will become minus 100 kilometer per hour. Now that means that if A does the calculation, he will conclude that this B is moving in this direction with 100 kilometer per hour. And because of this region, I guess you guys can visualize it. If any car will cross you, you will always think that this car is going faster. Okay, just you can relate it. If anyone runs behind you, if you are running in this direction, he is running this, it always feels, okay, like he is going faster than us. Okay, because of this region. Now we can take different numbers also. Let us say this number is 100 and this number is 50. So in this case, what will be the answer? Minus 100, this will be minus 50, minus 150 kilometer per hour. So again he will conclude that this car is moving with 150 kilometer per hour in this direction. Now let us take one more example. Again, these numbers are measured with respect to ground. Fine. Now in this example, suppose there is a train or bus, okay, and it is moving with some speed, let us say 100 kilometer per hour, and some, let us say, of course it happens in movie only, suppose someone is running on the train, okay, now suppose you are on ground or I am in ground. Now let us say he is running with 20 kilometer per hour. Okay, again this is Hollywood number or Bollywood number. Okay, 20 kilometer per hour is very huge number, no one can run. Okay, now let us say we are interested in, let us name them, this is A, this is, let us say, B, and this is train or truck or whatever, and let us say this is train, we are writing it T. Now the question is, what is speed or velocity of B with respect to A? This is the question. Now some of you can do it very easily. The answer will be 120, but it's good to understand it. Okay, now velocity of B with respect to A. Now when I say that this person is running 20 km per hour, I have to mention, or if it is not mentioned, you have to understand this is with respect to train. Okay, this is speed with respect to train. When I say the train has speed or velocity 100 km per hour, this is with respect to ground. Right? Fine. Now, so if I want to calculate this, let us go to the old thing. Velocity of B with respect to A will be velocity of B minus velocity of A. Now again, when we use this number, this is with respect to ground and this is with respect to ground. Now what is speed of A with respect to ground? Okay, So we all know that this is 0, so this will be nothing but VBG. So now but we don't know this, right? Now what we are going to do, we are going to write what will be velocity of B with respect to train. So velocity of B with respect to train is velocity of B minus velocity of train, right? Now velocity of train with respect to ground, and this is velocity of B with respect to ground. This is the velocity of B with respect to train will be this. Now if you see this, then VBG, which we have to calculate, comes out to be VBT plus VTG. Now these numbers are given to you. This is velocity of B with respect to train is 20, and velocity of train with respect to this is 100. So this is 120 km per hour. Now you can also ask, what if this person runs in opposite direction? So suppose this person runs in opposite direction with 20 km per hour. So what will change here? Now in this case, again we are dealing with one dimension, so this direction is positive, this direction is negative. Now if you go back to this formula, then what will happen? VBG will be velocity of B with respect to train. Now since he is running in this direction, okay, this guy is running in this direction, right? So this is going to be minus 20, this is 100 only, so then it will become 80 km per hour. Now this equation, when what we write from one frame to another frame, these are called transformation equation. Okay, so before I conclude, try to understand, if he is wearing a clock and he is wearing a clock, both will read the same time. Okay, so time is not going to change for B and A. Whatever is train length, if he measures or he measures, it is not going to be changed, but they will disagree on speed or velocity. I can write the same thing for acceleration also. Okay, acceleration of B with respect to A, if you know it, then it will be just AB minus acceleration of A. So same thing can be written for that also, right? So two observer may disagree on velocity, acceleration and so on, but they will agree on time and length, right? So for that reason we can say that in physics it's okay to disagree. Two observer can disagree on some opinions, right? Okay, thank you, and I will see you in the next video.